Let's see, let me set monetization to on. Welcome. What's going on? We have the Galaxy cloth today. Looking very nice indeed. It looks like a galaxy, except not. How's the camera? It's looking good. I think we're all set to go. We are all ready to go. Queen Famous, welcome. How are you doing? How is it going tonight, Queen Famous? Are you feeling famous tonight? What is happening over there in the Queen Famous world? Caramel Apple, hello. Tamara, hello. Kayla, what is going on? Shout out to Night Reader indeed. Although he's, they're not here yet. He is not here quite yet. Nexus, what's going on? Speaking of people that are here, Nexus has joined. Nexus is hanging out with us today. He-Gates Crossing, what's going on? Getting yourself sorted for the day. Well, I should have been doing that all day, but I wasted my day on video games and hanging out. Dawn S., what's going on? Crystal, how are you? Kristen Davis, what is happening, Kristen Davis? Let's see. Just waiting for people to join at this point. Could get a couple of decks shuffled up. We can start with the Thoth. A lot of emotions happening over here. Is that good or bad? Is that good or bad? Hopefully they're good emotions. We are, I'm not sure who's on quarantine and who's not on quarantine at this point. But here in Texas, we are in phase 1. So we have lifted a few of the restrictions away. And now I'm waiting for phase 2 where I can sit at a restaurant and not eat food in my car. Linda, hello from Oz. What's going on? Hello back from Texas. Kayla, hey. Matt, what's going on? And Mom Bear, hello, Mom Bear. Dawn S, what is happening? Looking for a near future between Tim and I. Very limited contact. Very limited love and light. Will D'Angelo coming back into my life? We'll check that out with the Thoth Tarot. There we go. Will D come back into my life? Let's do for QF. Is D coming back into my life? Let's check that out using the ever so famous and ever widely used Thoth Tarot, which if you don't know the Thoth Tarot, by the way, I have a complete tutorial on this site. If I post singing videos on IG, Instagram, what will happen? Caramel Apple, Dawn S, Queen Famous, Kayla, Matt. I'm doing good, Matt. What's going on? Is there another crystal here? There is a Kristen. There's not a crystal. You do have a Kristen. There's sort of a crystal. Well, it's Kristen. Kristen's here, and Crystal is here. Sarah, what is going on? I think that was that way. All right, so is this person coming back or not? By the way, it's about to rain here, so if you hear raindrops falling on the roof, or you hear thunder in the background, there it is. I hope I do not have a brownout or a power out or anything like that. Gracia, Larry, what's going on? So we're looking at D'Angelo coming back into our lives. Ooh, speaking of which, I need to set the chat box to be white again because I changed it to a different color. Changed it to green, and now that I have a different background, it doesn't look good. So we changed it to white. There we go. Much better, much better. So we're looking at the Hanged Man as the sort of the first start. Coming back into your life. I think that if they do come back in your life, it's going to be a while. It doesn't look like something that is going to be very soon, all right? Hey, Lauren, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Lauren, how is it going? IMC Asia Earth for Life. What's up? So the Hanged Man says that they're coming back. It's going to be a while. It's not going to be anytime soon type thing. The Hanged Man, then we're sort of starting or sort of moving up or gradually coming into a bit of a different situation. So it appears that they're going through a different situation. They're going through other things that could be interfering with the ability to come back. If they want to come back, it does feel like that there was some negative things happening, and the negative things happening need to get resolved. Until those are resolved, you may have a bit of a problem. Jocelyn, welcome. What's going on? You may have a bit of a problem with them coming back. There's also just this lack of emotional clarity, or lack of emotional feeling or empathy between you two. So it seems like that you could be looking at a situation to where you're trying to get things back, but the emotions just aren't there. The organization, the whole schema just isn't set up correctly for things to work out. I think we can start to sort of resolve the situation, sort of move up and out into something better. It's just going to be a matter of time. Give them time, give some patience, and get that emotional connection back. If there's no emotional connection, there's not really a reason to get back together, or not really reason to be, to sort of be coming back into your life and whatnot. So it's all about just fixing, repairing, getting emotions, getting things straightened out. And at that point, we'll have more of an opportunity and things like that. So just give it a little time, basically. Give it a little time, treat them gently, and I think we'll be all right. Shaker, what is going on? Queen Famous, we had an argument a few days ago. Okay, well, that sort of makes sense. That's what we're looking at with the Hanged Man and all of that. So it just looks like just give them a little more time. Katie, what's going on? And things will get a little better. So just approach it slowly, progressively, get some things fixed. But give them a little time before that. Otherwise, you're going to sort of be at the same place you are now and swimming upstream, which may not be what you want to do. So let's see. So TarotOracle, donate 5. Does he want me back? Lauren C. Does he want me back? Or does he not want me back? That is the question. Whoa. A lot of people trying to get back together. Does he want me back or not? You know, it could have rained all day. It could have rained all day, but it chose to rain right now. And this place has a history of having issues with power sometimes, so hope everything is going to be okay. By the way, this is going to be the Playful Heart Tarot over here, and that is always a fun one. It's always a fun one. Am I going to stay with this man? I feel so lost. Please help me. Brianna, welcome. What's going on? Ola, good evening to you as well. I do love this deck, but they are slippery. They are quite slippery. I mean, just look. You're just holding it, and they slide out. It is a recipe for not success. I love the rain. I do too. I love a rainy night. The feel in my eyes. I love a rainy night. It makes me high. I love a rainy night. Okay. You know, it's so sad that he left us early, but that was a good country. I think this is one of my only country singers that I like. The only country singer that I like, quite possibly. I like Shania Twain too, but I don't know. Really got a space in my heart. Well, I do like Kenny Rogers as well. I guess I just like country music occasionally, not too much. But does he want me back? The Emperor says yes. The Emperor says yes. The Four of Cups says, do you really want to get back? The Ace of Cups says you will get back. So there you go. There you go. That is the reading. No. But the Emperor says that they like the ability to control the situation. They like the ability to control the situation. They don't really like it when you're in charge. They want the ability to control it, to have some measure of leverage over the situation. They don't like things just being randomized. Could be that they have control issues. It could be with this particular situation, they think that they were treated unfairly or things didn't go quite their way, and so they want to resolve that and have a second round. It could be a lot of different things, but the Emperor says they want that level of control. They want that feel that they're not just playing games or they're not wasting their time, which a lot of us, Poseidon, yes, sure, ask your question. By the way, there is no list. I pick at random after I do the donation. So there we go. And then I reach over here and grab a tarot deck from over here. So yeah, the Emperor says that there's that. The Two of Swords says that there's some things that they need to figure out as far as communication. I think that they go down a weird path when it comes to communication that makes it to where sometimes it ticks you off, or it makes it into a situation that you're not at a good space with. And to get that resolved, they're going to have to sort of dig deeper inside and figure out how to communicate better, or how to let their feelings out better, or just be a better communicator, a better negotiator in the relationship as well, right? Or something. So when it comes to that, they're not very well equipped to communicate in a good fashion. The Ace of Cups says they do want to come back. They do want to get things going. They do want you back. They just want a situation where they're going to have a bit of more control, and they're not going to have the same issues, right? So they want a bit more control. They want the ability to either micromanage it, or to have you in a space to where they can sort of, not have your emotions in flux or in movement. So that's going to be an important thing to them. The Ace of Cups, they do want you back in time. They just want to understand you better. They want to be able to handle things better. They don't think things were handled great the last time. The Four of Cups, do you really want them back? Do you want them back, right? So it looks like that once you sort of get them back, or once you sort of get within that space, things sort of repeat themselves. Things come back into a loop. The Four of Cups, the Lord of blended pleasure. There's good and bad. There's good and bad. So sort of trying to figure out the middle ground. Haiti, what is going on? Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. Let's figure out the middle ground here. Don't try to lean towards the great or the bad or anything like that. And just aim for the middle ground, to where you can have a happy situation without going to extremes, and then things I think will work out pretty well, unless you have the Playful Heart Tarot and it slips and slides all over the place. But you know what doesn't slip and slide, and that is going to be the Dulac Tarot, which is going to handle Jocelyn's question, will I find a new job this summer? Let's find that out. Here is the Dulac Tarot. Here we go. One of my favorites, by the way. I like it. I like it a lot. Mystical Tanya Empath. What is going on? What is going on? Chanel. Will M reconcile with me? I miss him. Haiti Gonzalez, thank you again. Lauren C., you're quite welcome. Thank you for your donation. AMAM, what's going on? Angling Muffins with Vegemite. The Vegemite sandwich, just like the song. My Spanish tarot is slippery too. See, that's what we should do. We should quarantine the slippery tarots. If we just quarantined them, it would be good. By the way, I have an updated predictions for the COVID virus tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday, we have predictions for COVID, and my predictions are quite different than what you're thinking. So tune in tomorrow to get the updated predictions for how this is going to roll out, because I think there's some interesting things coming. As we sort of get back to normal. Let's check this out. See what we got with the Dulac. The Dulac says, will I find a new job this summer? We want to know. We do want to know. This is a burden. By summer, do have a good looking card there. 7 says we are looking good. And the 10 says we're, yeah, I mean, you're talking late summer. So we don't know what's going on here. So we're bookended again by 10. So that means good things are coming. It means good things are going, right? This 10 is not necessarily good things. Obviously, this is a bit of a burden. This is a bit of a burden for you. One of the possibilities that we have here is the jobs that you are offered, or the jobs that are sort of there, are going to be just hard working jobs that you don't really want. They're not going to be something that's permanent, not going to be something that rejuvenates you, that makes you feel fun and creative and do those things. It's just going to be a hard job type thing. And the 10 1 sort of points to those possibilities as far as summer goes. Now, as we move out of that, as we're sort of coming through that, I think that we find a better job. It doesn't pay what you want to begin with, the 7, right? We're just sort of moving up. We're just sort of flowing through. We're not getting the results that we want immediately, but it does blossom into the 10. But this is like late summer. So if you're looking for something early summer, summer starts like mid-June. So if you're looking for mid-June, the clouds part, the rain stops, and the sunshine shines upon you with money. It's going to be a bit difficult. I think things are still recovering a little bit from the COVID drama, and we're competing with a lot of other people that are trying to get into there. What a Kid wants to know, is there a list? There is no list. Pick at random. What a Kid, post your question in chat. We'll check it out. But yeah, the 7 into the 10, we're sort of looking at a progressively slow beginning of a job that doesn't pay well at first, but gets a little better over time. You're looking at late summer to get that. We have a lot of competition. We have quite a few people competing with us, which kind of makes sense because we have like, what, 1 million? Was there like 5 million or something job unemployment claims filed or something like that? So it's going to be sort of difficult to get something, but just keep at it. And by the end of summer, I think you have more of a possibility than you have now, basically. So would I get my taxes? Money. Will I reach my business goal this year? Bountiful Sea Turtle, thank you for hanging out. And Cosmic Liz as well. Bountiful Sea Turtle, thank you for being a Patreon subscriber too. Okay, HG wants to know, will I get my tax money? Let's find out about the tax money. And see, are you talking about your Trump dollars? Lady Star Soul, what is going on? Are you talking about your Trump dollars? Or what are we talking about here? But I'm talking about the Bonfire Tarot, which is right over here. I need to use some of the Forbidden Tarot over here. This one. Whoa. This one. I forgot what this is. I think it's the new Mythic. I'm not sure. We'll try that out in just a minute. What a Kid. I want to know, coming on my last job interview, does the ex miss me? Will he come back? If I post singing videos on Instagram, what will happen? Practice with forums and other sites too. Yeah, with Nexus, you can get on Facebook groups and do trade readings and whatnot. There's like 1 million of those. I need to get back on Facebook with a TarotOracle account. I need to get on there with the TarotOracle and go in there and spam advertisements for my deck or something. I don't know. Offer people to come on the stream. Hey, I do a stream. Check it out. By the way, that stream video where I gave a tour, man, that got a lot of views quickly. Everybody's interested to seeing what's going on in the background here. So now you know. Cynthia Smith, what's going on? How are you doing? How is this fine Saturday working out for you, other than being quarantined? Are people still quarantined? You can leave your house now, right? I assume most people can. So there we go. We're not picking up a tarot. It's been years for me trying to meditate. These cards are different than what I'm used to. Okay. So will I get that fat cash? The Empress, 5 wands, 8 of coins, 10 of swords. I'm going to say yes. The Ace of coins says you do get your tax money. It's running a bit late. There seems to be some delays with this. The 10 of swords says that there's some news that comes with the tax money. Maybe it's a bit late. Maybe you're pretty much upset with it. Maybe there's some drama associated with it. But the 10 of swords says that there's something associated with it. But as far as getting it, yes, Ace of coins is very good for getting money. For getting a job or something, the 3 of coins would be great for handing a job long term. The 8 or the 10, maybe the 10 for getting some fat cash as well. Maybe the 6 for getting some fat cash. You know how you're sort of sharing it across. But the Ace of Coins is still a fantastic card with that. It seems that you do get it. It comes the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Swords said there's some drama associated with it, maybe drama about spending it or trying to get going on it and things like that. But we do have some drama associated somewhere around this area once you get the money. It's almost like maybe you have some other life drama that are going on. Maybe you have some other things that are happening or something like that, right? So you just an interesting thing going on here. So anyway, Ace of Coins says you do get that fat cash within that. Not sure if that is the Trump dollars or it's just the basic return, but either way, you do get it. You do get it right around that time. You do have some other drama associated with that as well. So that is the Bonefire Tarot. That covers the donation. So I do want to use this other deck over here. Who has into month debility pay? Interesting deck. I've not worked with that one. It is a fun deck. I really like that one. Your quarantine still waiting on a text from maybe Jay. Okay. Canadian. Do you have Instagram? Let's see. Let me get there first. World market. My house. Let me go today. It's meeting behind the scenes. What are my barriers? Why am I not picking up on tarot reading? It's been years trying to meditate, but these cards are very different than what I'm used to. Okay, so what are barriers with tarot? Let's try that one. So MTE. Barriers with tarot. Let's check that out. So I do want to use this other deck. Now, I have not used this deck in a long time. It has been a minute since I used this. I'm kind of curious what it is. Does anybody know what this is? Well, never mind, it's printed right here. That is from Giovanni Caselli. This is the new Mythic, isn't it? This is the new Mythic, I think. Here's what it looks like. And it has been a minute since I've used this deck. But I believe it's the new Mythic. I think so. Do I use the Druidcraft Tarot? That's a good idea. I think I'll use that one next. Okay, so Mystica Tanya, what are your barriers about learning tarot? What is going on? I'm learning tarot from your courses. Well, thank you so much. I need people to practice with. Get on Facebook, and they have 10 billion groups where you can trade tarot readings with other people. So, and by the way, when you do that, it's a lot better to make a video. So go ahead and open up a YouTube channel and just make a video with your readings. Otherwise, you're going to type like 15 paragraphs, and it's a pain in the butt. So making a video is so much simpler. Crossy, what's going on? All right. That's what I did. That's how the entire channel started out. Is me being lazy. I didn't want to type 3-paragraph tarot reading into a forum, so I just made a video and gave him the video. Said, here you go, here's your reading, now give me mine, because it's supposed to be a trade. But that's how it goes. So let's figure out this. What are we doing with the barriers for that? So the 8 of Vessels, I think you're trying to move into a situation where you're going to be perfectly comfortable with it, and you're trying to be perfect a lot of times. So the 8 of Vessels, you're sort of giving up on that. You're sort of moving away from that. The 1 of Lances as well, I think that you're trying to be someone else. So you're trying to get into a space where everything is comfortable and you know all the cards and things like that. But the reality is, you're never really going to know everything about all the cards. It's such a complex thing. It's like astrology, right? You can get into astrology. Sure, you can learn it, get a couple of books, learn it, and you've barely scratched the surface. It's sort of the same thing with tarot, because once you have into this, you sort of now know the basic definitions, now the keywords, but I haven't learned interactions. Now I need to learn interactions, and then astrology, and then Kabbalah, the numerology, and then how the cards relate to each other, then court cards. So it's like this entire goo of, is never ending. So it's sort of like IT. If you go into IT, now I'm going to learn how the computer works. And, good luck with that. You're going to be there for the next 20 years. But you're trying to be perfect. You're trying to do this thing, and you're trying to sort of be a situation where you're imitating or copying other people. And you need to come up with your own style and your own type of nuances once you sort of get into this. So the 4 of Vessels says you're never really going to be happy. You're never really going to be content. Like, I throw down cards and I give a reading, you're always going to be like, oh man, I should have done It's raining. I should have done this and that. I should have done that. I should have done this. And it's going to make it worse if you're on a forum and somebody's sort of critiquing you. But I mean, you know, sort of, Kiki, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. But sort of just relax into it. Go with it and find your space where you're comfortable. That's going to be your biggest thing. And again, obviously get on Facebook groups. I'm not kidding. There's probably 100 groups to where they trade tarot readings. Just get on, join 4 or 5 of them and offer free readings. People are going to ask you questions a lot. And then make a video on your new YouTube channel. Don't try to make it look good. Who cares? Just make a video. Turn the light on. Turn your phone towards the table and just make yourself a video and give them a reading and post it. And then they'll tell you if it's good or not. They'll tell you if they like it. They'll give you feedback. And that's going to be important when you get feedback. But again, you're going to be wrong, right? If we were 100% all the time with this, then we would be drawing lottery numbers and we would all be millionaires because we win the lottery over and over and over, right? We'd be on here, the stream going, you know, I won the lottery again. I won it again because I'm right 100% of the time. I can't avoid winning the lottery. I don't know how to stop. Yo, Yoli, hey, how's it going? It is starting to sprinkle indeed. It's supposed to be 1/4 of an inch, so I still have to water my lawn because it's supposed to be get like an inch of water every 5 days or something. I don't know, pain in the butt. So the 9 of Vessels, again, says just go do it. Get it done. Don't wait. Don't delay. Just go and get it done. See, the good part is, even if you're absolutely terrible, who cares? Literally, nobody's going to remember you. Who cares? So just throw it down, give some reading, give some sample readings, and all of a sudden you get into a space to where you're like Larry, right? Larry just made a YouTube channel, and Larry's on there every day, and Larry's got more and more viewers. Larry's got moderators. Larry's got all sorts of cool stuff going on. And Larry, you just started like a month or a couple of months ago. How long has it been, Larry? It has not been too long at all. And Larry's got a bunch of viewers. He's got, steady viewers. They're there every single stream. So, you just start it, hang out with it, have fun with it, and you'll get through your issues. It's just a matter of practice. Because you can read magazines, watch videos on how to golf, on how to be perfect and how to golf and how to be 100% perfect on your swing until you actually get out there and go golfing or tennis or chess or whatever you're doing. Until you get out there and do it, you're never going to be any better. It doesn't matter how much research you put into it. So there you go. All right, KM, will I hang with the Leo again? Hang with the Leo again. Hesitant to do readings for others. See, if you want to do readings for others and you think you're going to be terrible, make up a fake Facebook account with a new name. Let's say, call it Playful Liz, right? Playful Liz. That's your new Facebook account. And then join all the 100 groups with Playful Liz. And if you're absolutely terrible and people hate you, then you can just delete that account and just act like it never happened. See? Because we were Playful Liz. We were playful, Playful Fred or Playful something. Anyway, Sean Glenn, you can't just come in here and spam, man. You can't spam, Sean. Okay, so let's go and check out what the next thing we got here is. The Muse Tarot. There we go. The Muse. Cosmic Fun. There you go. What's going on, Cosmic Liz? Sorry, finger slipped. Yeah. I've had, if you think you're going to be terrible, you just make up a fake name and just go for it. Just go for it. You can just disappear. Disappear. I love you, Cosmic Liz. What are you talking about? So, we need to find out, will we hang with the Leo again? It sounds like the beginning of a Who song. We won't be hanging again with the Leo. Leos are cool. Leos are awesome. It's okay, Sean. We're just hanging out here, man. We're hanging out here, Sean, trying to find our way through life, trying to figure out what the Muse Tarot says and all that good stuff. Well, it was right side up, and then I turned it upside down. I'm not sure why I did that. You never know. You never know. Playful Liz. There you go. See, Cosmic Fun. There's your next name. Playful Liz. Okay. Strength says that it's a matter of being patient with this. The Two of Inspiration, the Ten of Voices. I do think that you communicate. The Ten of Voices, okay, well, the Ten of Swords, traditionally a bad one because we're talking about Saturn and whatnot, but I think in this particular case that it does mean that you'll be hanging, per se. You'll be hanging and you'll be being around this person. I think that you do have some interesting choices with them, one of which is how do you want to really treat this person from now on? I think that maybe the communication, the vibe between you has been maybe a bit unusual at times, and maybe a sort of time to get it back to normal or get it settled back down and make it to where it's not unusual or not sort of awkward sometimes. So if you're looking to hang out with a Leo again, a lot of that is sort of putting up with some of the stuff that they have that annoys you sometimes. So putting up with that and keeping track of that and sort of putting up with some of their awkwardness sometimes. The Ten of Voices says, it is possible. It's something that you probably want more than they do at the moment, but I think that they're open for hanging. They're open for checking it out. The Queen of Materials says to go in and offer up something that they want or get on their good side, which sort of makes sense, right? Getting on their good side, whatnot. But in this particular case, I think that they have some preferences. They like certain things. So if they like to talk about their art, for example, and then you're like, hey, let's talk about your art. How are you doing on your art? What have you painted lately? You know, I'm just giving you a basic example for that. So sort of get comfortable with their style and get into their style and have them talk about something they love and something that they enjoy. It's going to sort of be more of an opportunity to hang out. They're going to be more attractive with the hanging out thing. The Strength says it may be a little bit of a time. You may have to have some patience with this. Maybe it's the COVID thing happening. Maybe there's some other obstacles or whatnot, but there does seem to be a bit of a different vibe sort of going on, and it's all about getting used to that. It's all about sort of figuring that part out and getting comfortable with this person and making sure that everything is cool with them before you sort of just jump in. So don't jump in and just sort of make yourself at home and make it about you, make it more about them, and it's going to be more of an opportunity to be hanging out with the Leo. The Kiki, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. So let's check out how's my finances for the next 2 weeks, and is Jay still thinking about me? We'll check that out. Selena, what is going on? The boyfriend and marriage. Well, there you go. That sounds like fun. HG, finances and Jay. So we'll split those out there. To Wanda, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. So let's see. Puya, sure, ask away. Ask a question. By the way, there is no list. I pick it random. After doing donations. Obviously, if you donate, you're going to be mad if I don't do your stuff. So I'll do that first, and then I'll pick it random. Somebody asked about another deck over here. Who asked? Whoa, my chair's falling apart. Don't fall apart. Yo, Yoli, what's going on? Who will I date next, and will it last? Oh, who wanted one of these decks? What did they do? The Druidcraft, was that it? Yeah, they wanted the Druidcraft. That was it. We'll do the Druidcraft way over here in the back. The Druidcraft Tarot. Oh, hopefully we don't get the card that has the wiener hanging right in the view. Wiener hanging right in the view. I'm not sure if that's going to survive the YouTube stuff. YouTube's pretty picky about stuff now. About all of that. Sean Glenn, thank you for your donation. Really appreciate it. Yo, Yoli, who will I date and will it last? Will it last? Oh my God, I had a realization. Whatnot, like Forex when talking to someone, because Tio always uses that phrase and I listen too much Tio. Yesterday I said whatnot like, I said whatnot. I say whatnot? Well, okay. I could say whatnot, you know? I say you know a lot, and I say right. I'll say something, and then I'll say right. I'll go blah, 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 right? So, okay, well, you can, so there we go. All right, so we got a couple of cards for that. Finances. Let's talk about finances. Make it last forever. There we go. So we don't have the wiener. We got a bit of a frontal nudity, but, that's all right, I guess. So, yeah, there's that. So looking for finances, the mixture of this, it's all about, well, that's interesting. We got two of these interesting things. It's all about the worrying at this point. It's all about the worrying. I think that your finances are going to be okay for the next 2 weeks. I believe you're going to be all right for the next 2 weeks. It's all about mixing the income versus expenditures, right? Expenditures and figuring out what you can sort of cut out at some point for expenditures, and also making more long-term goals with things for the money. So there is that. No hangman. Yes, the hangman has the hanging wiener in there. So if it's art, YouTube is okay. Okay, well, there you go. It is art. It is art. So it's all about not really worrying about it too much as well. You obviously know Brianna, thank you for hanging out. See you tomorrow. You obviously know if you have enough for the next 2 weeks, you have enough for the next month, etc. And it's all about sort of making long-term plans, figuring out where the money's going to go, how the money's going to be organized. But as far as the next 2 weeks is concerned, I think the next 2 weeks are looking pretty good. I think that you do have some opportunities way, way farther out from the next 2 weeks. But the next 2 weeks, pretty short time frame, I think it'll be okay until May 1st and whatnot, when the restrictions are being lifted and there's more opportunity to get other jobs and et cetera, et cetera. Once the restrictions are lifted and people can start working once again. Now we'll go to your Jay question. Is Jay still thinking about me, and what day will he call me? Let's check that out. And for this one, what are we going to use for this one? I think, oh no, I don't want to use that one. We could use this massive deck here, which is the original. It is the original version 1. Version 1. Very rare. Apparently it's very rare. I don't have the box anymore, but these are huge. These are huge. Mary L. Tarot, by the way, in case you wonder and you have never seen this before. I would be surprised if you have never seen this before. Okay, let's check it out. Is Jay thinking about me, and what day will he call me? Let's check that out with Mary L. Mary L. This is, oh man, this is Zach's favorite deck, I assume. I assume it's Zach's favorite deck. We'll throw one more card down at the end there and figure out what that is. Man, these are huge. These are monstrous tarot cards. All right. For the Wheel of Fortune, and then we'll go with the Four of Wands. So, let's see. Do you think that they still feel about you, right? We have the Lovers. Pretty obvious card. Pretty obvious card there. The Lovers is not very subtle when the Lovers comes out, right? The Lovers, I just said right again. I need to stop doing... The Lovers says that they are still thinking about you. They do want a relationship. They do want that connection. They do want the emotional attachment. And you're important to them still. You're important to them still. The Wheel of Fortune, they do want a more regular path of seeing you. In other words, seeing you more often. They do want a regular sort of a schedule when seeing you, and they are looking forward to getting back to normal, or getting back into some state of normalcy is going to be important with the Wheel of Fortune sort of there. So the Wheel of Fortune normally is day-to-day activities, and getting back to day-to-day activities, or getting back to a place to where they can be comfortable with you and make you happy and relax and be around you and things like that. The Four of Wands says that may not be possible in some regards. That may not be possible. Chanel, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Another reconciliation. The Four of Wands upside down, the Four of Wands reversed. This is traditionally the home card, the stability card, are sort of building up, and it's really not possible sometimes to do that because of their schedule, because of what they're doing at work, because of all the drama associated with that. But again, I still think that there's an event coming that will free up a lot of their time, and it's going to be a little better for you, and things are going to work out a little better as well. The 5 of discs says that may be a little, quite a while off. So as far as when are they going to call you, I would say within the next probably 5 days or so would be a good time to when they would call you and text you or whatnot. So I do think that they have some reaching out soon with that, but you're just gonna have to be sort of patient with that. Maybe I guess 5 or 6 days from now would be a good time to where they will call you. Love the first edition of the Mary L. It is massive. It is massive. But the Lovers as the first card is really good, obviously, for that. So what does M feel about me? What will he do? There we go. So TF. What does M feel for me? Let's check that out. Put the Mary L back on the shelf here. Back onto the shelf, and we'll get something different. I think that I do want the Dreaming Way. The Dreaming Way Tarot would be perfect. I'm starting to get addicted to the Dreaming Way Tarot. I'm just saying. It's a good tarot. It's a good tarot. By the way, this was, I think, after the original Rider-Waite, this was my first deck. I believe so. This is my first deck. I have to go back on Amazon and check, but I know I picked up the Rider-Waite. Oh, it was before Amazon. Yeah, it was before Amazon. Wow, that was a long time ago. All right. I believe I picked this up at the bookstore. Back when there were bookstores and they were open. By the way, I'm going to write Barnes and Noble and say that I want an extra month on my membership because their stores are closed and I can't use all of my membership benefits. So, they may reject me. I'll let you know. Because if you have a Barnes and Noble membership, then, Okay, Alice in Wonderland. There we go. Yoli, you're next, by the way. You are next, by the way. So we're looking at what Ems feels for me. What will he do? We're looking at that they're sort of going through a transition. They're going through a bit of a transition. And you're trying to sort of get within this space. And they're going through a transition. It could be that either they're breaking up with somebody else, or it could be that they have somebody else on the mind, or it could be a lot of different things. But they're going through a bit of a transition as far as love is concerned, right? Trying to get that transition going. Thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. So they're trying to get, you got an email about that. What does the email say? Let me know, Bountiful Sea Turtle. They're trying to go through a transition, trying to put up with it, or trying to get through that transition. So as far as what they feel about you, the Ace of Cups says that they do have some positive feelings for you. They do have a bit of emotion for you. They do have some feelings for you. Is it going to be super, super strong? Is it going to be something to where that it's just going to be this huge thing? Ace of Cups followed by the Four says maybe not, right? We're holding it in at this point. We're trying to hold on to what we have. And this could be related to the transition they're going through, but they are sort of holding in what they have, hanging on to what they have. Lindsay, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. First date. There you go. How exciting is that? So they're hanging on to what they have. And that could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. I'm tending to feel as far as what will they do, I think that they will take action. I believe the Ace of Cups points to that action. But again, they need to finish this transitionary period, or they need to get through this and get to the other side before anything can sort of happen within that realm. And again, we have this sleepy feel, this relaxed feel. Don't think that they're really in for it for a hurry. Don't think that there's a lot of things sort of just bursting out. Let's get things done immediately. Let's hop into something quickly. It doesn't seem like that through this. We have this nice, relaxed transition. During the transition, they do have feelings for you. They are sort of looking out into there. But if you're looking again for something that is just immediate, amazing, and they're just going to do something like that. It doesn't, the cards are not saying that it is going to be there. Who will I date next? Who will I date next? Somebody in Dallas. Just kidding. I'm assuming, unless you want to drive for 5 hours. Okay, the Golden Tarot would be great for this. The Golden Tarot, I don't have the box handy, but this is the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. In case you are watching, whoa, in case you are watching and you're like, what tarot is that? That is the Golden Tarot. Lindsay says hi from Portugal. Wow, I need some more water when I butcher the name of Portugal. You know, I need some more water, and luckily, I have water right here. So it's looking good. So who will you date? Let's find out. The mystery person that you will be dating is the Knight of Coins. Well, okay. So somebody that is stable. Then we have a personality. See, this is why you have to watch the videos on the court card, so you can instantly go like that and know who the personality type is and whatnot. Aquafina is a great water. Now that I have butchered the Portugal name, let's have some water. Sean Glenn, whoa, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it. Sean Glenn, do you have a question? Let me know. Let me know down there if you have a question, but I greatly appreciate that. So the Knight of Coins says that it's a sturdy, stable type of person. And the Knight of Coins is, yeah, see, Haley knows the Knight of Coins is great. I think a nice mixture. Somebody who can relax, watch some TV, somebody who can go out. Let's go do something. Let's take a vacation somewhere. It's going to have a lot of good things in the mix there. It's not like one extreme, one another extreme. It's not somebody who's argumentative, not somebody who's going to be depressive. So you dodged a lot of bullets here. And the Knight of Coins is a very sturdy personality, a very forward-thinking person as well, able to make plans. He has the 5-year plan. He has everything sort of worked out as to where they want to be, how they want to do things. The 8 of Cups says the relationship may not work out quite so well. They may have a history of bailing. So will it last? It looks like the Knight of Coins may not be that good for that. The 8 of Cups does sort of bail. It has that emotional hit to where everything goes wrong and we need to leave. The 2 of Wands Dominion says that you have other opportunities as well. So it's not restricted to this one person. I think you have different opportunities. And when you meet this person, you come up with other opportunities, because when it rains, it pours, right? You'll be alone for a year. And then all of a sudden you find someone, and then you find another person within like 4 days. Doesn't make any sense, but that's how life works. So, there you go. There we go. That's how life works sometimes. So it is about that. When it rains, it pours. I think you meet a couple of other people and have a couple of opportunities. But the Knight of Coins, which I think is going to be sort of an Aries type personality, maybe a bit of a fire feel there. I know that doesn't really match, but the Knights are fiery. I mean, you can argue logistics with me on that, but I mean, let's go with the Knight being the fiery feel. So we're going to do that. But I think I'm looking sort of an Aries feel to them. And it's going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so we had Yo-Yoli that Sean Glenn tossed me a 2 and then tossed me a 20. Thank you, Sean. Sean, you're rocking today. I appreciate that. So let's go for Chanel. Does M still love me, and will we get back together? Oh, Sean has a question. Let's go with Sean's. Okay, where will I meet my next girlfriend? All right, Sean. Let's see. Moon in Sagittarius. There you go. My next GF. Where will I meet them? For a location. Well, we could use let's use this one. Let's use this one. By the way, what is this one, you ask? That is the Gilded Tarot Royale by Ciro Marchetti. Would be pretty good. We need to get the echoes of failure back into the rotation. Get the echoes of nature into the rotation, and I think that we'll be good. I think that we'll be all right. Because the echoes of nature will actually give you timelines and locations and stuff. I don't know why I don't use it more often. I made it, by the way. I need to get that. When you're looking for exact, I'm just saying, the echoes of nature has numbers all over it to choose from. And it has combinations as well. Every reviewer that I've seen break that out. They don't like to use those. So I'm not sure why I put it in. Well, I know why I put it in because I'm a Virgo and I'm OCD and I like that stuff. Nobody else does, but I do. This guy does. This guy really does. By the way, where will I meet my next girlfriend? King of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, a 10 of Swords. I think that you'll meet him at a fencing competition. All the swords. Just kidding. No, I think with... What? I got my echoes of nature. I love it. Okay, cool. I think that you'll end up meeting this person at work. Now, there's some drama involved. There's a bit of drama involved here. It's not going to be a smooth transition. It's not going to be something that is going to be just perfect in every way and whatnot. Justice says that there is a bit of concern at work of meeting somebody at work. I think it's somebody that you just randomly run into at work and they smile at you and you smile at them. And then the next day you may say, hey, or something, you're in the elevator, something happens as far as a job goes, or something happens as far as work goes, and you end up meeting this person there. Now, there is that whole weird thing about dating and work, because obviously if you're dating this person at work and it doesn't work out, no pun intended, then now you're still stuck with seeing them every day, and now it becomes this drama thing, especially if they enjoy the drama, if they enjoy a bit of a spice, which I think this one sort of does. I think this one sort of enjoys a bit of the spice. By the way, the spice is basically... they like a little bit of drama or a little bit of back and forth. They want to have some emotions. They want to have some explosive emotions sometimes. They want to have some down emotions sometimes. They don't want to have just a steady life. A lot of people have this steady life. They go to work, they come home, they go to bed, they wake up, they go to work, they come home. And the weekends, they watch TV, or the weekends, they go bowling or whatever. So that boring, steady life may not be within this. And I say the drama, the bit of the spice, because we have the 10 and the 4 of Swords. The 10 of Swords sort of points to maybe they like a bit of action. Maybe they like a bit of that depressing stuff sometimes. They like to pick a fight. They like to just be annoying. And now you're sort of seeing these qualities and you're thinking, well, I didn't really see these qualities when I was at work. I didn't really see that until we started going out. Now that we're going out, now it's awkward. Should I break up? So you have a bit of a drama, a back and forth with that. And that sort of points to the King of Pentacles. It's all about making decisions at this point. Should I really sort of dive into this full steam? Should I break it off? That's going to be up to you and whatnot. But Justice says that again, you're worried about that justice or the backlash, and things happen and then can't back out of it. Once you get to a certain point, the relationship, now all of a sudden you're in the relationship. Now, if you just break it up or you try to ghost them or whatnot, it's not going to work because it's at work. Now you're in an awkward situation because now you may have to change jobs or whatnot. But anyway, you want to sort of figure this out ahead of time once you start down that path. So again, they do like a bit of the spice. That can work out. That can be okay. It's not going to be that big of a deal, but just realize that anybody that likes the spice likes to continue that old spice as well later. They like to continue that later sometimes. So you have to watch out. You have to watch out. Work things, always awkward, always awkward. I do think they eventually quit, but whatever. You can't really do the timing on that. By the way, who wants to see the money trick? It's time for the money trick. Do we have time for the money trick? I think we do. We have 4 people waiting. We have 3 people waiting. So let's try the money trick. By the way, speaking of jobs and money, this is $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. And you're trying to go out. You're trying to go out and go to a restaurant. Now that you can sit down at the restaurant, you're trying to go sit at the restaurant. And you can't buy any restaurant food with $5. So what you do is you go like that. And then you end up getting $100. That's right, $20, $40, $60, $80, $100. And that is the money trick, by the way. In case you're wondering what that was, That is the money trick. I need to get more tricks in here. Shaker's going to be like, okay, where's the Rubik's Cube tricks? Where's the Rubik's Cube trick? I might show that later. I might go long tonight and just show the Rubik's Cube. Do I see love coming soon? Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. I need to get that other Rubik's Cube, yeah, Rubik's Cube trick down. That's a problem with the Rubik's Cube tricks. I have 5, and 4 of them require a lot of skill and practice. And there's only so many hours of the day, and I like video games. So it's kind of hard for me to break out. Okay, we'll do, everyone's asking for it. We'll go ahead and do it. What are they asking for, by the way? The Light, Seers, Tarot. Shaker's all excited about the Rubik's Cube. Seba, how do you do that? I do that very carefully. Larry, see you later. We explain the money trick. I don't really explain the money trick, actually. I don't ever explain the money trick. I did it improperly one time, but, other than that. Hannah wants to know, is there anyone who's been thinking of me in terms of love? Any future predications for me this year? By the way, speaking of the future, come back tomorrow. I'm going to make my COVID-19 predictions, and they are some wild predictions. So don't miss it tomorrow. It is COVID-19 prediction day. So I'm still sticking with May 1st, loosening of the restrictions. I've been saying that for months. And August is the all clear signal. But there's more stuff coming, I think. Anyway, predictions. Check it out tomorrow. Thank you. CM, thank you. I appreciate that. So, Chanel, does M still love me? Will we reconcile? The devil says maybe not. The devil says that there's some things sort of going against this process, going against this reconciliation. You do have a couple of things working against you. Does M still love me and will we reconcile? So coming from a space of asking that, and then we see the devil sort of sneaking in here. It says that we have some things that are preventing this from happening. And I think one of the things preventing this from happening is another person may have some influences here. So you have sort of the devil within the works, or if you're doing Lenormand, the mice sort of crawling around the works. The Nine of Pentacles, it was okay at one point, but then it went downhill. And I think it went downhill startlingly fast. I think there was a lot of things that worked against you, a lot of things that didn't quite go right and that didn't work out the way that you had expected it to. It was almost like that the dream was in one direction and then reality veered off into a separate direction. The Six of Wands says reconciliation is possible over a long term, over a long type of thing as well. So Queen Famous, May 25th. That seems interesting. I wonder what that is. The governor extended her stay-at-home order again. I hope you're not in Michigan. So the Nine of Pentacles says that things sort of went awry, didn't quite recover from that. The devil says there's still things working against you. The Six of Wands is a good card, though. I think that reconciliation is possible. As far as do they still love me? It seems that maybe they have possibly moved on. Maybe things are moving on with them and they're sort of living a different type of thing. The Two of Wands, Dominion, looking out, trying to figure this out, trying to get the wands crossed, trying to get the power back in order to make that happen. It seems that at this point that M's decision-making is up to them. It seems like they will not be swayed. It seems like that they need to work this out on their own. So if you're trying to sway them, if you're trying to get back, if you're trying to convince them to do the reconciliation, is going to be quite difficult because of the devil, because of possibly moving on. And then the Dominion, as you sort of come in, says that you don't really have a lot of control over that right now. So just sort of be patient and see how that works out. Anyway, so I don't have better news, but again, entertainment purposes only. These are only tarot cards. These are only tarot cards. And I am just a random dude on YouTube reading them. All right, Seba wants to know a May forecast. Here we go. SM. May forecast for you. Seba, May core forecast for you. We could use, everybody wants a Chiro deck, and I can understand that because we can use the Encore Tarot. One of my favorites. Let's try that out. General for the month of May. What Ricardo thought about our last date. Ooh, we had a hot date? That sounds fun. That sounds fun indeed. By the way, I'm back tomorrow morning. If you did not get your question answered, come back tomorrow morning. I'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow night. I'm here every night for the rest of your life. So if you're kind of curious, about something you didn't get answered tonight, I'm here every night for the rest of your natural life. So come back. I will always be here. Even if the power goes out, I will stream on my phone. There's nothing that will stop me. I will pull candles in here. I will stream on my phone. Don't tempt me. I will stream. Here we go. Let's check it out. Lady Star Soul wants to know about the X. General for the month of May. The Ace of Swords says it's time. Wow, you got a couple of aces. Got a couple of aces. It's time to, well, the Ace of Swords, it's time to get rooted and moving as far as a couple of different situations are concerned. We got two aces here, which is going to be living a long time. I hope so. So the Ace of Swords and then the Ace of Coins. Two different aspects of things to get moving, things to get working. A lot of things just have not been working for you. You've had a few challenges as we sort of move into May. You've had a few challenges. We've had money challenges possibly. We've had issues with sort of feeling out of state or out of your element to where things just aren't going that well. And you're trying to sort of get back into that space. The 10 of coins also points to a lot of different aspirations that you've had, a lot of different goals. You need to sort of reevaluate these in May. Some of these goals may not be realistic. Some of these goals may be too far-fetched or too aggressive for the space that you're in now or the abilities that you have now to achieve some of these goals. So reevaluate that. But the May is all about getting moving. We got a couple of aces. And again, getting moving as far as things just, you're being out of state. You're being where you feel like almost reality sometimes is not reality. Everything is going awkwardly. Everything is going, not everything, but I mean, things are going awkwardly. Things are not going as well as you had hoped. And it feels like you don't have a lot of control for that. And that control is going to come back somewhat in May. But it's all about making the planning, making those preparations and getting to where you need to be coming up on May. And that could be for being released from stay-at-home order. Could be the COVID thing is sort of chilling out, calming down in May, and you have opportunities to do things that you couldn't do before. But it's important to plan things out. What do we really need to accomplish in the next month or two to get things on track? We're having finances. What can we do to fix that? How can we, fix the income? How can we fix the expenditures and things like that? The Queen of Swords, though, says that May is not really going to be your most powerful month. This is going to be sort of a recovery month, almost a recovery month for the past few months. And it's time to also make sure that you get your rest, make sure that you get the opportunities to recover and to get back to normal. And May is all about getting back to normal, getting things started again, making sure your goals are not too unrealistic, make sure they're not too aggressive, but go chase after some of the things that you've been avoiding for then. So anyway, hopefully that rang a little bit true there, Seba. Thank you again for your donation and hanging out with us so much. I appreciate you, Seba. I appreciate you so much. Okay, Lindsay wants to know. Lindsay wants to know. What does Lindsay want to know? What? Thought about our last date. Well, let's see what we're going with the last date. I always love a good date. I have to say, I love a good date. Let's see. What would be a good one for this? We did that one. We haven't done the Shadowlands, but we really sort of just burn that thing out every night. The dragon. It has been a minute. It has been a minute since we have done the Celtic Dragon Tarot. Who is that by? I looked on Etsy and found a couple of NZ decks. Hecate's Crossing. Which one are you talking about? The Tarot Art Studio. I must look them up. Have you seen... really serious message. Are you talking about this one? That one? The Revival Art? That is the Revival Art? You can Google that and it'll come up. Tell me about the love life. There you go. Revival Art. There you go. This is not the Revival Art. This is the Celtic Dragon, but I'm answering questions in chat because I read chat all the time. It's always good to read chat. If you don't, people get pretty ticked off. Wisdom of the Four Winds had it disappeared from storage. Oh my God, that's no good. Okay, the Celtic Dragon, by the way, is what we have right here on the table. So let's check this out. By the way, somebody asked me about this. So we'll take a break here and we'll look at this. This is a stream deck. So this is a stream deck. Let me show you what it is. So I showed this on today's video, but people had questions. So here you can customize all the buttons. So here are my decks. So I press this, and here are all my decks. So when I press this, for example, the Revival Art Tarot comes up. When I press this, another one comes up, etc. And so I fill this with all of the different decks and things like that. And then you go up a level, and then I have spreads. And these are spreads for the green screen. And then I have these things, which are different things as well. And so this is my ending screen, love screen, job screen, etc. Mutes my microphone. And these are hints for astrology that I can have on the channel as well. So that's what the stream deck looks like. And you can customize it to be anything that you want. Anyway, so somebody was asking about that. They wanted to see it live. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, multitasking is what I do for a living. So there's that. Accidentally deleted my question. Seba, your question was, give me a forecast for love life, didn't you? Right? Okay. So let me know if you want to change it. Anyway, Sam wants to know, would I have a boyfriend again? Well, okay, so Ricardo and Lindsay went out on a hot date, and their camera was so out of focus that they had to come fix it. And then they were thirsty, so they had to grab some water. And they had Aquafina water. Okay. They had Aquafina water. The world, we have a lot of possibilities here. Is this going to be a perfect situation that's going to be just fantastic, perfect, and everything may work out absolutely, soulmates for life? Maybe not, maybe not. The world says we do have a lot of good things going here. I think that we had a good connection, but I think that the connection was at a superficial level, And I say that because next we have the Tower. Welcome to the jungle. I forgot the lyrics for that song. I was going to make it something funny, but there's that. The Tower. We do have the Tower. If you're looking for, again, something that goes perfect and smoothly and whatnot, I don't really think it goes perfectly smoothly. I think one of you has, CM, yes, you are next. One of you has a situation where it's really sort of clashing with the other. We could have clashing schedules. We could have clashing personalities. A lot of different things could sort of come up and put a stick in the spokes. Is that what it is? Is it a stick in the spokes or a bar in the spokes? I forgot what the cliche is. Anyway, it could have some interesting outcome as far as the Tower is concerned. So if you're looking for smoothness, if you're looking for does he like me and whatnot, I think the Tower says there could be some challenges involved with that. Then we have a couple of nines, which are normally pretty good. The Nine of Cups ending the reading says that I think that you could have another date. I believe the Tower is going to shake that up a bit, but if you're able to work that out and figure that out, maybe you don't want to do that because it is a first date and whatnot. If they have not called you yet, that seems... So you're asking me about the first date and does he like me? I'm kind of wondering. So I'm assuming you did not get a call or they didn't text you and say that they love the date, let's go out again, and other hints that they would like you. So I'm kind of concerned about that. And maybe that is the Tower creeping into the reading. The Nine of Wands also creeping into the reading. It's almost like the date is too serious. Everything is a bit too formal and we're trying to get out of that mode. But again, the Tower just hit. Could be difficult to do that. The Nine of Cups says it is possible, but it's going to take a lot of dates to get anywhere and get going to where the situation where you want it to be type thing. So Nine of Cups could also point to they have other dates as well. You could be one of many that they're dating, because the Nine of Cups is sort of a collection of cups behind the individual, and they are pretty happy about that. So that's sort of an odd way to read that, but that's sort of the way that I read it as well. Once you have sort of a first date reading and we do have the Nine of Cups or the Seven of Cups or anything like that. It wasn't our first date. Okay. So, I mean, is this something to where it's going well? Can you tell us what the Tower means or how things are sort of going, that the Tower is shaking it up or whatnot? So I'm just kind of curious as how that's going. But then now we have a couple of negative cards here. The good possibilities, things going quite well. The Nine of Cups, there could be some series of dates that are required to get it moving to where that you sort of want it to be. But the Nine of Wands and the Tower being in the middle of it means there's some challenges from A to B. There's some challenges from the good opportunity, the opportunity of getting the dates, getting through that. The Nine of Cups, how many dates does it take? Or is somebody seeing somebody else as well at the same time? So a lot of interesting things, but we have some challenges in between there. But I do think that they do like you, obviously, right? The Nine of Cups says they have that emotion. There's the good emotion with the Nine of Cups. But again, we have the collector's aspect in the Nine of Cups that's sort of concerning. And then we have a couple of odd cards in between. So anyway, let us know. But I think that they do like you. I think that the world says that there are some good possibilities in here, but there are a couple of challenges in there. And the Tower being one of the challenges said that something is that is not a small challenge. I mean, that's not something that just sort of smooths over overnight. So I'm kind of curious as to what else happened or what else is going on with that would cause a Tower to throw down into the middle of the reading. Anyway, thank you for your donation, and let us know what the Tower event was or what is going on. Yeah, the Nine of Wands could mean they have walls up as well, but that's not their first date. Anyway, kind of curious about what the Tower is. That's not a small card. It's not an insignificant card. That's not a minor or something, maybe the Three of Coins or something in the middle where you'd be going like, yeah, the Three of Coins, take a little work. Do have some good beginnings, but the Tower is a big club into the concrete of the date. So kind of curious. Christopher Jackson, what is going on? It's good to see you, my friend. So, will I ever have a boyfriend again? Why is that lagging so much? Okay, Tamara, welcome back. And good luck on the singing there. Let's see about this. What would be a good one for that? I do want to use the Shadowlands. Shadowlands Tarot would be great for that. If you have not seen that before, then you have not been on the channel. The Shadowland Tarot. Absolutely love that. So yeah, let's know what that Tower is. Let us know what the Tower is. Lindsay, what type of event happened that would cause the Tower to get thrown down right in the middle of that? I would have really liked to see the Two of Cups or the Lovers or the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, something. Throw me a bone, Mr. Tarot. Throw me a bone. I think the Tower means he has an ex who had hurt him a lot, which could lead to that Nine of Wands and those barriers. Ooh, that is very good, Lindsay. Leads to the Nine of Wands and those barriers being up. But the world says you do have possibilities. If you can work through that, the world is a fantastic first card. So if you can work through that and get to that end, then I think that'll be pretty good then. So yeah, get through those barriers, get that Nine of Wands out. Wow, speaking of tens, Speaking of tens, homemade pizza. Well, that's good in quarantine for sure. By the way, this is our last readings here. Ending soon. Let's get the ending soon flag up. Ending soon flag is right there. There we go. So will you have a boyfriend again? I definitely think so. We have the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. I think that you have a lot of possibilities for this. And some of that is sort of a mixture. Tamara, did you donate? Let me know. I think we're done for the evening. After these donations are done, but I'm here every single night. I'm here in 11 hours. I'll be back. I will be back. If you don't get your question answered, there you go. Printer Studio does have a lot of good decks. Printer Studio does have a sterling number. Printer Studio's printing process is so nasty though, but I heard they fixed it because I got some stuff printed there and it came out really gross. So anyway, the 9, 10, 10, the 5 of Swords. What are we looking at here for obstacles? I think that you have a lot of possibilities. I do think that you have a boyfriend. Again, you do have a possibility of a boyfriend. It's all about framing. It's all about the opportunities of of getting out and talking to people and being open and being emotionally open and being emotionally available. That sort of attracts the boyfriend, attracts things and gets things going as well. The 5 of Swords says sometimes it's difficult because you've been hurt in the past. There's bad things that have happened. And you have some challenges associated with that. So a lot of times we really don't want to get involved if we think that we're wasting our time. And so we try to find the perfect person, or we try to have all of these aspirations and all of these high quality type people. And we're trying to find those. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you have to get someone that is not perfect. It has some flaws, has some issues sort of going in. And again, you think that's sort of wasting your time. You don't have unlimited time. You'd like to find somebody and have a family, have some nice type thing. But you do have a possibility of a boyfriend again. You have 2 10s. Yeah, these are the best cards. These are literally the best cards. And I did pick them randomly. I did shuffle the Jesus out of those cards before I did that. So yeah, there is a 9 into the 10 of Pentacles says it's a gradual process. It's a building process. I do think that it is building. I do think it is going in. The 10 of Cups says be emotionally available, be out there, be talking to people, be friendly, get set up with friends or whatnot and sort of move into that. The 5 of Swords, don't be afraid of getting hurt, or don't be afraid of getting open yourself emotionally and connecting with people and having fun and just being out there and having all that. But we do have great cards for this. I think that is fantastic. And I think that's looking very good. So basically, yes, you will have a boyfriend again. I think you're on the road for that. The 9 into the 10 suggests a blossoming or a moving forward type of progress for them. All right. Saba wants to know, can you tell me about my love life? Thank you. You're quite welcome, Saba. Thank you for your donation. All right. Can you tell me about my love life? Let's check that out. And Sam, thank you for your Patreon, hanging out with us on Patreon and all that good stuff. I appreciate you. So I would like to get a good deck for this, and I'm thinking the Shadowscapes, Stephanie Stephanie Paul Law or something like that. She has, if you like these cards, by the way, she has a watercolor instruction book. 2 watercolor instruction books that are great, that show you how to do this in watercolor. And it'll teach you how to make tarot cards in watercolor and whatnot. So if you're looking at making a tarot deck and you want to do it in watercolor, her books are fantastic. Fantastic for this, by the way. All right, so let's check this out. This will be the final reading. Thanks all of you for joining me. Again, if you didn't get your question answered, I'm here every single night. And I'm back tomorrow morning at 6:30. At 6:30. That is so awesome. I can't wait. I love reading tarot. As you can tell, I get all excited every time I get on here. So obviously I like reading tarot. If I didn't, I would sound depressed. If I sounded depressed, I don't think anybody would tune in. So, okay. Where are we going with this? Can you tell me about my love life? Couple of court cards. The Queen of Pentacles says that you feel like that you're off track. You feel like that you fell down during the marathon sometimes. And that's not uncommon. That's not uncommon. Sometimes you just feel like it's not working. It's not working. The Queen of Pentacles is a bit of that, trying to accommodate a bit too much sometimes. So some of the times that you have love, sometimes that you get hooked up and stuff, you're trying to accommodate too much. You're trying to bend too much to their ways. And a lot of times that's very annoying, and it's very and sometimes they're subversive with how they feel. They're subversive with how they act, and you're trying to figure out what's really going on. So it's kind of a guesswork. Let me use my intuition, feel like what is really happening, because things just aren't working. And the King of Cups directly after that means that a lot of times you feel like you're putting too much of yourself out there. You're too much dedicated into that, maybe sometimes too fast, maybe sometimes too slow, but you feel like you're just not in sync sometimes with committing, or you're not in sync sometimes with, I really, really, really like this person, but I don't know if they like me or not. I'm confused. And a lot of that comes back to haunt you sometimes, because you'll be in a confused state. The High Priestess, I need to use that intuition. I feel like that I'm going through the same patterns, and I feel like that things sometimes just aren't working well. And I'm getting confused about, how things work, or how the connection is working, or how things are progressing along, maybe, and things like that. So it seems that sometimes you are a bit on that confused side. And it makes sense, right? It does make sense. The Two of Cups says, ultimately, you are able to manifest the love that you want. You're able to manifest the love that you want. A lot of it, though, is being back and forth, things not working out, maybe finding the wrong people, maybe sometimes getting upset, maybe sometimes getting impatient as well. Impatient is sort of part of this as well. But the Two of Cups says that you do have the opportunity for love. You do have that opportunity for getting what you want, for manifesting what you would like. It's a matter of focusing on that and working on the manifestation of what you want, instead of just sort of accepting what comes by. So don't ride the waves. A lot of times, don't just let yourself ride here and ride through there and ride those waves and feel like you don't have a sense of control. Your manifestation is a very, very powerful one, and the Two of Cups says that you're able to get that done once you do that. High Priestess with the Two of Cups says you're able to really manifest what you want. It's just a matter of focusing on what you want, rather than riding whatever wave comes along and just go, sure, let's ride this one out and hope for the best. You don't have to hope for the best. You have the ability to make the best. And Rachel, speaking of the best, Rachel, how are you doing? So it has been a minute. I'm doing great. I'm ending the stream. I showed my stream deck. People were asking about the stream deck after my tour. So in case you're wondering, by the way, I'm here every night, so come back. Please come back. Come back and check this out with me. Here is the stream deck once again. So, okay, so check it out. So at the very end of the stream, I go up. And that is the ending screen with the music. So I press that, and then I mute the microphone. So thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time.